100%, man. A lot of people are actually asking to get you on here. And me personally, man, I mean, I haven't known really any better, man. I didn't know that this made a difference, man. I'm coming in from being a pot smoker, man, and then it becoming legal here in Canada. So I went with, I thought was like the least resistance, and I went with liquid nutrients, man, and I'm using a Pro Mix medium over here. And then people start telling me, like, man, do you know what you're putting in your body? Do you know what you're doing here? And I honestly had no fucking idea, man. So that's why I wanted to get you on here. Like, as a beginner, man, I'm looking at going organic. I'm looking at building a soil. I'm looking at building something that's regenerative and that's good for me and that I can consume on a regular basis and not be scared, man. Like, where do I start, brother? Where do I get this? Where do I start going?
Let me ask you a question, right? And my question to you would be, you know, when you go to the grocery store, right, do you ever go to the organic section and do you look at the product, or does it mean something to you to go to the organic section and buy some good tomatoes or carrots or anything like that? Do you do that?
100% I do. And I actually go to like my local farmer's market and I'll buy grass-fed beef, and I enjoy it because I feel like there's a flavor difference there, man. Like I'm getting a flavor difference.
Let me ask you this question. Why wouldn't you treat your cannabis the same way?
To be honest with you, I want to now, but when I first started, I didn't even really think that it was something, right? Like when I thought of that biology that's below that surface, man, below the surface, I panicked, man. And people talk about microbial life and all these things that are living in the soil. And to me, that is on a different planet, man. It doesn't come as simple to you that's been playing in dirt and turning it into soil for years, man.
You ever hear when you're sick, the doctor doesn't want to give you antibiotics. They don't want to get you hooked on antibiotics. You know the reason behind that?
Not necessarily. I mean, obviously they're not good for you. I mean, they can't be, right? We should obviously be fixing ourselves naturally here if we can.
So would they give you antibiotics so that you can kill the infections and the bad pathogens in your body, the things that are the bad colonies of bacteria. And so with doing a lot of antibiotics, so I'm going to relate everything to your human biome to soil, because we're exactly the same. So with our bodies, you don't want to take too many of those antibiotics because it wipes out all the colonies of bacteria, good and bad. And your body needs you need the good bacteria and fungal in your body in order to have its own pharmacy, its own hospital, and take care of its own healthy needs. And when we lack that, that's what happens. It's so easy for bad pathogens and bad bacteria to cultivate and win a war against the good bacteria if we're not careful. So when you take antibiotics, it wipes out all of it. And the first thing that wants to come back in your body always is a bad bacteria. So good bacteria can feed off bad bacteria, and it's a battle, man. It's warriorism, under the soil into your body. So the concept is exactly the same.